All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Quill and Sword, the greatest show on the internet. That's my opinion. We'll say that. I think it's great because these players are awesome.
Big swing.
We love some dark fantasy vibes. So if dark fantasy and horror isn't your jam, sit this one out and go watch something more wholesome. Or play the SLARPG. Vera was telling me that she just got through it. They have a Twitch channel. Is it on the Twitch channel?
Unfortunately, it only saves from like the last few things, and I don't think it's in the archive anymore. I think it's gone. But I should have a review up in the Break Room of Geeks, probably next week.
Okay, cool. So check it out. Go find the Break Room of Geeks. It is on the YouTube channel. It is, I think, linked on our page. If it's not, I'll make it linked on our page.
I was gonna say I have 3 YouTube channels. I don't think I've never asked you to link all 3.
Well, I know Council of Geeks is for sure. So I think Break Room of Geeks. We'll find out. Also, we love some Syrinscape. We're doing sound effects tonight. It's great.
Oh, great.
And before we get going, I'm going to roll my handy dandy D10 as a D5. And we will see who's going to recap for us. That is going to be
I gotta
Robin.
Upgrade. Oh, well.
Oh, I was not prepared. I believe we started on a lifeboat, or was it like a little ship?
It was a ship.
It was a little ship.
Mm-hmm.
And then we found a town that was under attack, and then I'm gonna pass it to Vera.
So while on the ship, we all got pickpocketed, but Anu spotted that and confronted the thief, and I flirted with a lion lady.
Listen, she's really hot. I don't blame you one bit.
And I will pass it to Marissa.
Yeah, so we were on the ship fleeing the prison riot that we may and/or may not have instigated, and we had a boat full of prisoners, and we come up to this town, and there's a situation afoot. It seems that it's overrun with functionally zombies, undead, a horde of them, quite a few, and our only option really is to it seems to be our only option a lot, and that is to cause some trouble. And so we decide that we were going to take on this horde, and so with that, I'm going to pass it to Megan.
Everyone did an incredible job taking out this horde. Every character did more and more damage and killed more and more of these skeletons, or were they zombies? Maybe, I don't know.
Zombies.
Zombies. Okay. These zombies. But no one did as much power, had as much damage as the power of love. And Marissa's character just tapped into some core inner power, some very specialness, and it erupted in a spectacular way that really just kind of wiped out a bunch of zombies. Just in time for something really big to happen. Vera.
I went.
Oh, you went? Okay, who's left?
SENITA.
We're about to fight a worm?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are. Also, Masquerade is back. That's probably worth mentioning.
Oh yeah, Master's back.
Well, I mean, they were gonna find out anyway in a minute.
Right. I think that was like it, right? We're about to fight a worm?
You were about to fight a worm.
So we all went?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, everybody went. So we're going to roll that intro. All right, we are back. Welcome back, everybody. So we're going to start off with some initiative rolls as we begin our combat in earnest. I'll kind of set the scene as everybody's rolling initiative, and then we'll get everyone's initiative rolls. So firstly, you guys are in the middle of this town, right? The town is called Crossway, and it is a port town and a crossroads hub. You have found that in the middle of this town, where there was this huge town square, a market square, this massive undead centipede creature has just exploded from the ground and is now looming over all of you. This creature is gigantic, and it has this like black inky ichor, just syrupy, running down these jowls of this flower petal mouth. And you see as the creature opens these petals up wide, and it unleashes this unholy cry. And there you can see that down the gullet are these thorny teeth spikes that are just all down it. So if it swallows you, it is going to hurt the whole way down. And wait.
So swallowing is a possibility.
Yes, swallowing with the worm is a possibility, and we're not going to take it further than that.
Okay.
And okay, I rolled initiative for it. And let's see what
I got an 11.
Okay, so Wisp is at an 11.
No.
10 for mask.
Oh, man.
Fuck.
Mask got a
16
10.
for Tempest.
I was gonna say,
Tempest got
somebody
a
roll a
16.
decent initiative. We're all gonna be dead before we get a turn.
It's okay, Synta will probably roll.
That's a 19 for Nim, the last character you want to get a high initiative from.
Oh,
Okay.
I love you guys.
All
Synta
right.
has a good modifier, but rolled low, so that's only gonna be 15.
15. Okay.
I have a logistics question. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
there were a bunch of people who are back on the boat. There's a bunch of people who were in town. The most forward, I would assume, would be probably Tempest. Where is the worm, and how big is it again? And
The worm itself is about 4 stories tall from the ground where it's emerged. So it's actually longer than that. But that's how much is above the ground right now. It is in the middle of this town, though, so it's a good ways off from the port still. And you guys had kind of run ahead of everyone and set yourselves up and just started slinging spells and carving swaths into these hordes of undead zombies. So no one else has actually made it to shore yet. It is you guys against this worm. And I will have you guys know, I rolled a natural 20 for the worm's initiative, but it has a -2 modifier, so Nim actually goes first.
Holy crap!
I
The
got
look
a
on your face,
23.
Marissa.
This is gonna be a problem.
We didn't have a news roll yet.
Oh, you're right. We haven't had a news roll. Anu, what have you got?
23.
Oh,
Perfect.
never mind. Anu's also going first. So Anu's going very first. And then we've got
Gives me some
Nim.
cover.
We've got Worm, Tempest, Senta, Wisp, and NPCs and Horde. They rolled a natural 1. I
Mask
went
goes after
extreme with
Wisp.
these.
And Masquerade after Wisp.
I thought I said mask.
No, you didn't. You
Oh.
said NPCs
That's okay.
and
That's
Horde.
all right.
All right.
This is, as long
Wisp,
as I'm
mask,
on your list, we're good.
NPCs and Horde. All right. So we're going to start out with Anu. Anu, what are you doing?
So there's a horde, and then there's the worm, right?
The Horde is mostly gone at this point, but there are some stragglers, and who knows? There could be more underground that haven't showed up yet. You don't know.
I don't know what I want to do. What? I guess we'll just start picking away. I'm going to do firebolt at the worm.
Okay.
Now, you were up on that. Weren't you all attacking from a crow's nest or something?
From a rooftop.
Anu and I are on a roof.
Roof. Okay.
Like it's a firebolt.
Mm-hmm.
Very direct. I don't know where my dice is. Oh, there it is. I found it. I'm so tired. 18.
18 is exactly what you need to hit this thing.
Yay!
Meets
Okay.
beats.
Meets beats. Okay. 3d10. So... Wow, you're being a bitch. Come out. You fucker. Okay. Am I getting sneak attack? Does it see me?
It does see you.
Okay.
And because you're going first, you don't have anybody that really is adjacent to it. You could take your bonus action to aim if you want, which would give you advantage.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Wait. Wouldn't the advantage go to the hit dice?
No, the advantage goes to your to hit, yeah. So you can roll again if you want, see if you crit. But it also gives you your sneak attack, right? So like anytime you have advantage, you get sneak attack.
Oh, okay. All right. Jesus. Okay. All right. So if I get sneak attack, that's 6d6s, and then my firebolt is 3d10s. Oh, wait, I did that backwards.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 3d10s. I'm sure I have a d10 around here.
Yep. Full disclaimer, normally that's not the case, but I think it makes sense, so we house rule it that you can get that sneak attack. And you know, what's his face? Oh, now that I have to say his name, I can't remember it. One of the D&D developers tweeted about saying, yeah, it makes sense that could happen.
Okay. All right.
Jeremy Crawford. That's his name. So roll that good damage.
All right. Yay. That was an interesting. Here. No, hold still. Okay. 10, 20, 25. No, wait, put that back. And I'll say 26, 30, 35.
Okay, 35 damage. Describe what happens.
Oh, I'm going to play this like I'm throwing a spirit bomb. So I'm just letting the fire gather in my hand. And as soon as I feel like it's powerful enough, I down onto it.
Okay. Okay, so you blast into this thing. You actually summon this blue orb of fire, and it coalesces in your hand. You toss it, and it explodes on the creature. The giant centipede creature reels back from the pain. And at this point, Wisp is still your dance partner.
I was about to ask.
So
Okay. So I want to hit this thing with a ray of frost.
Okay.
So I do roll for that one. And that is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will absolutely hit.
And so that's 3d8. Yeah, that could have been better. It's 6 damage.
6. Okay.
6. Oh, whoops! I accidentally did a thing I didn't mean to. Yeah, 6 cold damage.
6 cold damage. All right, so you fire at this, or I guess fire is not the right word. You ice at this. This beam of light fires from your hand, and it hits the creature, and it once again reels back, roiling in pain. And you see that the frost is starting to spread a little bit, and its legs are twitching a little bit, like it won't be able to quite move as effectively as a result of this. So now we are at Nim.
Okay. So when we left off, I was kind of just chilling in a little hiding spot with Ben within like a building. How close am I to the mayhem?
So you are in a building off to the side. You can just go through a door and be out in the middle of it.
Okay. I would like to go to the door, open it, pick up something, and then just throw it at the creature.
Okay. What in particular are you wanting to throw?
So anything that's around, like if there's rocks or like maybe a piece of broken brick, because I know that there's been some mayhem and chaos. Just something easily accessible. It could even be like a chair or like a shingle or something. Anything that Nim has access to in that spot.
A single shingle.
Make an investigation roll for me, please.
Or a simple thimble.
We stand the single shingle.
And that
I'm always reading Dr. Seuss books to my kids.
an 18.
18. Okay. You can find a javelin.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right.
How
So
good am I at chunking this thing?
you are proficient.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, I just want to chunk this javelin at the wormy creature.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay.
You need an 18 or better. It is a strength roll or dexterity because it's ranged.
Oh. Well. Can I go ahead and use my inspiration?
Yeah, you can absolutely use your inspiration. We dole them out every session for a reason.
Never mind. Nim throws it. That was an 8, and it just falls behind her.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
throw it and you let go and it just kind of like clatters behind you, but you still have access to it. So next time, right?
Yeah. She's a little too cocky after that last attack situation.
Okay, and now it's time for the giant worm. So, I think Anu probably did the most effective damage so far, so it's going for Anu. It is going.
Oh man, I feel like this is the first time someone's actually gone after me in battle. That I
Uh-huh.
didn't. I've never been hit by. I've only been hit by like area damage attacks.
Okay.
And I am standing on the same roof.
Does a 23 hit your armor class?
Of course it does.
Okay.
I don't think any of us is over. None of us hit 20.
I need you to make a dexterity
Nope.
saving throw. As you also take 24 points of piercing damage. As the creature's needly petaled mouth lunges for you, the petals scraping along your torso.
I'm going to use an inspiration.
Okay.
That again. I got a 20.
20.
It's a dirty 20.
You needed a 19. So the creature has these like barbed tendrils that lash out in the dozens from this gullet, and they start lashing at you, trying to wrap around you, but you manage to deftly dodge through them.
Yeah, eat a dick.
And now it's going to take a second attack.
You said 24 damage, right?
Yes. It's going to make a second attack against the thing right next to you, which is Wisp.
Oh, shit.
That is a dirty 20 to hit your armor class.
That hits.
Okay, so you're going to start by taking 8 plus 7, 15 plus 9, another 24. Yeah, so you also take 24 piercing damage, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay.
So let me-
Whole ass mood.
That's a 12.
12. So, anew, as you're dodging, you tumble out of the way, and you watch as the petals then rake over Wisp's arms, and they have Wisp trapped, and the barbed vines from the gullet just erupt and lash around Wisp, and within a second, Wisp is just gone. And Wisp...
Well, like wrapped up, or?
Yeah, wrapped up and now being dragged through the gullet.
Okay.
And Wisp, that means you're going to take an additional 3 piercing damage. And that is all it can do there. It is now going to dive into the tunnel.
Fuck off!
So it dives down underground, and it is now tunneling. It leaves a 10-foot trail behind it. So it can be followed. And because it's frozen, it's actually moving slower than it normally would. So it's actually slower than you guys because Wisp froze it. So now...
I've only moved 10 feet. I can catch up to it easily. I got 35.
We're at Tempest.
Is it? I can't melee this thing, can I? Because it just ran away.
You can follow it into the tunnel. It's only moving at 25 feet because it's burrowing right now.
Yeah, fuck this thing.
It's very long, and if one were to look into the hole, would they see this? It's still going by because it's more than 10 feet long, right?
Yep.
So basically, it's a free back shot.
Yeah.
Against it.
Yep.
Sucker punch it in the throat.
Yeah. Okay. I guess. Tempest will, walk up or run up. Look at it. Point with her hand and say, "Foul creature, you will not live to see another day torturing these people. I vow. This I vow." And she uses a vow of enmity, and so I have advantage against every attack. For the rest of for 1 minute, so I guess 10 rounds.
Okay.
I have advantage with every attack. My shadow, what's it called? The shadow, spirit shroud is still running around, so, and it's still doing, radiant damage. So, let's see.
Damn, worm went after the wrong person.
Oh, please! No matter what I do, I'll never have as many dice as you have for sneak attack. So I have to spend spell slots. You just get it every time, right? So it's like,
Well, not every time. Only when the other characters are like adjacent to the thing or we're hiding.
Which happens a lot.
Yeah, a lot. Anyway, so I think it's moving, so I'm gonna cast Booming Blade.
Okay. All right.
And to cast that, I'm going to attacking is a component of that, and so I have advantage. So okay, we'll roll these 2 dice. We'll see what we get. As all or nothing now, unfortunately.
Okay.
That's, oh god, 14 to hit.
14 does not hit.
All right. Well, that's my turn.
Do you have an extra attack?
No. I mean, unless you're saying that I can use attacks for spells, but this is a spell action, which takes my entire action.
Okay, yeah. If it's a
Because
cantrip,
that's how this
yes.
works. Yeah.
If it's a cantrip, I'll count it as an attack, but if it's not, then no.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll be happy to use my second attack then, because it is a
Okay.
cantrip.
All right, perfect.
Nice.
Let's see. 13 plus 10, that's a 23.
That hits.
Great. All right. So here's the thing. We get the 2d6 from the great sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to start writing this down as I go. 2d6 from the great sword is 10, plus the 1d8 from my spirit shroud,
Mm-hmm.
which is 6, plus 6 for my ability score bonus. Now Booming Blade does 2d8 on top of that. So
Okay.
I did here. That's it, plus another 8 and plus another 6, plus 8 plus 6. Now, it is moving.
It is.
And for Booming Blade, when it does move 10 feet, it takes 3d8 more damage.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like me to roll that now, or would you like to roll that later yourself?
Let's go ahead and roll that now, because
Okay.
it is actively moving. It's all kind of happening at the same time. I think that makes
Okay.
sense.
That's plus another 7, plus another 6, and then my last d8. Oh, plus another 7. Wow, I rolled pretty good there.
All right, so all
Um,
together,
Yeah, look at the calculator open. That's 10 plus 6 plus 6 plus 8 plus 6
that's
plus
why my brain
7
isn't math.
plus 6 plus 7 equals 56 points of damage.
56 points of damage. So, do you want to describe what happens when you do this?
Tempest does her vow, and black energy shoots out on all sides from her and makes these basically like little targets, right, that home in on and land, and then she takes her sword and swings horizontally. The edge of the blade cuts through the side of the giant worm and leaves a slash behind, and the slash rotates around the worm and sheathes the entire thing in black vibrating energy. And then as soon as it moves, right, for that instant, the black energy shatters. There is an audible boom because it's Booming Blade. And these black flecks of energy with their strange angular sharpness just shred into it.
Okay. And you see it's now trailing this ichor. So the thing that was drooling is also apparently what's flowing through its veins, and it is trailing it now into this tunnel. So, and because you're in melee with it, make a dexterity saving throw.
Me? A dexterity
Yeah.
saving throw?
Mm-hmm. This thing is a
Okay.
lot of nasty business.
Yes. Now, because I will need to know when to spend my inspiration, you'll have to tell me which. Oh, it's dexterity. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Dex. Okay. Good. I know which one. All right. That's a 15 plus 8, so
That
23.
succeeds. So you don't take any acid damage from this black ichor as it splooshes
Ooh.
in your direction when you carve into this thing.
That is my turn.
And now we are on SENITA.
Okay. So I have pre-rolled.
Okay.
Does a 16 hit?
No, you need an 18 or better to hit this thing.
Okay. Well, in that case, SENITA does no damage, but before she ran into the hole after the worm, I was wanting to have her light a green flame torch so whoever comes in after can burn the bodies we left behind.
Okay. You can
Which is
absolutely
smart.
do that.
I know it is. They'll start standing up again if we don't do that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they will. You've seen it before. They haven't.
Yeah, so like SENITA, knowing this, will pass along that information and leave a torch lit for the townsfolk, and maybe a note. A note
Okay.
is good. Yeah.
All right. You hand it off to this woman who you're pretty sure in her normal life is a baker. And her hands are shaking as she holds it.
Is
and
it Nim?
It's not Nim. And she, with this disheveled hair and this blood stain on her face, she just nods and says, "Thank you. Thank you."
Yeah, and then I take off. And I'm gonna go with SENITA doesn't get there in time, and that's why I missed.
That's valid. All right, Wisp. You are in the gullet. And it is the start of your turn, so I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, Constitution. 17.
Where is she in the gullet of this thing, and how far is that away from Tempest?
So right now you're at the back of the thing, and
Okay.
Wisp was taken in the front. So
Okay.
even with the movement of going down, there's still a ways to go.
That's
So-
fine. Just wondering.
You do not succeed, Wisp. You take 14, 16, 20, 21 acid damage at the start of your turn, as this ichor is now leaking all around you and going into your wounds that it's raking into you.
With everything that was going on, would I have been able to tell that it has gone underground?
I'm going to say yes, because
Okay.
it has this big open mouth, and it's like just a straight shot a little bit, right? So you can see when it goes underground.
Okay. So my question then becomes, what do you want me to roll to be able to make an accurate guess as to how deep it's gone?
What's your intelligence?
Intelligence score is 14.
You can tell it's gone less than 30 feet. You've actually slowed it down with your ice. It's not moving incredibly quickly because it's having to burrow.
Okay. So, and at what height do I take fall damage?
So it is underground right now. It's not. You're not at height.
I understand that. Answer the question, then I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Every 10 feet, you take a d6.
Okay. Then, for safety, to be sure that I will go over the head of anyone who might be directly above me, I want to Dimension Door teleport 40 feet straight up.
Okay. You can absolutely do that.
Okay, then.
So
That's what I'm doing.
You teleport. You can choose to roll Arcana or Investigation for this to figure out where to land.
That'll be Arcana,
Okay.
and that is a 17.
All right. So describe what happens to everyone else.
So, okay. So Wisp is entangled in this freaking thing's gullet. They kind of mutter to themselves, "Fuck this," and just vanishes in this little rainbow puff, and then appears about 10 feet above the ground.
Okay.
Directly above, and Steven can tell me if I'm about to land on anything nasty
Let's see.
or a person.
You are not landing on a person.
What am I landing on?
You are landing on hard ground. So
Okay.
you just take a point
Okay.
because
So
you're 10 feet up.
Wisp materializes again in a slight rainbow puff, and then just drops 10 feet onto the ground, and for the moment stays there and just groans.
Okay. You also, because you ended your turn inside of your dance partner, I'm going to say your dance partner can still go.
I mean, that's your call. That's supposed to only work if we're within 15 feet of each other. Right?
That's true. And you were still on the roof, weren't you?
Right, I have to wait for my turn to go follow, right?
Yeah, you do. Okay, so we.
I think even if we're bending that 15 feet, I think it's broken.
Yeah.
I would love for Anu to take another turn.
Yeah.
But
it's okay because Masquerade now gets to go. Speaking of taking another turn.
All right, so my 2 hits were a 25 and an 18, and it comes out to a total of 44 damage, 31 of which is necrotic because Masquerade, as diving into this hole, proceeds to wreathe their hands in shadow and casts Vampiric Touch. Has not taken any damage, so it doesn't heal for any of that, but it does do a pretty good chunk of nasty via punching it in the butt.
You absolutely do that. So Masquerade just owns this thing, pulling the moisture and everything out, and you can watch as it looks like it's shriveling and drying up and withering a little bit when this happens. It is not quite at half health, guys.
My God.
So speaking of, it is now the NPCs and the Horde. So the NPCs are coming. They're coming. Let's see. We're going to say that you get... Oh, that's not great. 4 rounds until you get Asana with you. So she's booking it, but she's in a boat. And she's a barbarian. She doesn't have a lot of the same...
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. My bad.
You're good.
Within 4 rounds, this thing better be dead, or we will be.
Hopefully, we'll see. And now it's the Horde's turn. Somebody roll a d20 for me.
6.
6. Oh dear. So the zombies have started getting up again.
Did we not all roll? Because I rolled 2. Can we take the highest one?
You know what? I'm gonna say that if you can make the DC, I'll say only half the zombies are getting up right now. Do you want to take that chance, or do you want to just say that 3/4 of them get up?
I will take that chance.
Okay. What'd you get?
No, I want to change my dice. Give me a second. Not at all. I don't want to take that chance. Let's just let this conversation open up.
Did you roll poorly?
I did.
Okay, so all of the zombies are getting up. Actually, you know what? No. Robin, you roll a d20 for me and see if this lady got any corpses burned in the immediate vicinity.
14?
14. Because you guys notice with this weird, eerie green flame on this torch, the zombies catch immediately. It's like gas to a flame. You said you got a 14?
Yes.
Okay, she has gotten the corpses in the immediate vicinity. So at least in the square, there aren't any corpses rising because they're already on fire.
Awesome.
So, you've got a round. She bought you a round. So, kudos. We're back up to a new.
Yay! Okay, Wisp is out, right?
I'm out.
Okay. We still have our headpieces?
You do?
Okay. I'm just gonna ask, do you want me to come get you? Or do you want me to stay out here in case the zombies come back?
Deal with this thing.
Alright, I'm jumping in the hole.
Okay. So a news ninja running in the hole.
Hey. I got 35, so I'd probably catch up rather.
35. Yeah. Yeah, you easily catch up.
Alright. Does running towards it, that's my bonus, that's one of my actions?
That's just a movement.
Oh, okay. Alright. I'm assuming it's since burrowing, it's not seeing me, so I get my sneak attack.
So make an Arcana roll. Or Perception or Investigation. I'll let you pick, actually.
Okay. Arcana, Perception, or I'm going to do Perception.
Okay.
28.
This thing saw Wisp, and it doesn't have eyes. It's seeing a different way. You're pretty sure this thing can sense the vibrations in the ground.
Oh.
Good old
it's a
tremor sense.
graboid.
Mm-hmm.
Good old tremor
Both of
sense.
you went there.
Yep.
What kind of random shit do I have that I can...
Everyone with levitate. Now's the time to use it.
Oh, I'm just waiting. I got
Levitate's
two
new
rounds,
invisibility.
2 turns.
I need like a grappling hook. Why do I not have one of those yet?
You do have a grappling hook. I know you've looted one before.
Oh. I feel like I have two, but I don't often add my inventory like I'm supposed to.
Ah. We'll say you have a grappling hook because you're a new, and this just it goes right along the same territory as swinging on chandeliers. If a new doesn't have a grappling hook, there's something wrong.
What if the grappling hook is just an old chandelier that is on a chain now and throws up when she needs to?
You know what? You get inspiration for that.
All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm like, all right, so I'm going to be sneaky and I'm going to hook myself. So I'm going to be Spider-Man right now.
Okay.
Just hang from the wall and fire down on it.
All right, fire down.
Okay. On. I'm gonna use another. Wait. Can I take aim?
You can take aim.
Yay! All right. There it is. Oh shit. I'm gonna use an inspiration and change my dice.
Okay.
All right, let's try this one more time. There it is. 18.
18 is what you need to hit it.
Oh, I don't like wasting my inspiration.
Is it a waste if you wouldn't have hit otherwise?
Yeah, that's fair. But then what if I need it again? All right.
Stand by me and I can encourage you.
Yeah. All right. Now I am just hanging in the air, so it does not see me. So I'm just gonna sneak attack this little bitch.
All right, go ahead and make that roll because you hit it with your firebolt.
Come on, stop. There you go. Good job. Okay, here and do here and do here. Okay. Ooh. Okay, do that. Here. $10, $20, $30. Hang on. I'm sorry. I'm bad at math. 30. 43.
43. Oh my gosh. Well, the good news is it's bloodied. The bad news is it's still up and kicking. You do blast at those. You once again summon this coalescing ball of blue fire and chuck it, and just immediately the entire thing lands on the creature and bursts in an explosion of fire. And you can hear beneath the ground the creature roaring in pain. And now we're on Nim.
Okay. So the creature is in that little tunnel, right?
Yes.
And Anu is in the tunnel with
Anu is
the
also
creature.
in the tunnel.
Okay. I feel like there's not a lot I can do at this point. Actually, could I use insult to injury at this point on the creature?
It has to be able to understand a language you speak.
Okay, but I also have talk around. Can I use those at the same time?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes. Yes, because you have that ability, and that's kind of what it's meant to do. So.
All right. So talk around when communicating with a creature that uses a language you do not know. You can understand the gist of what's being said. I can also quickly pick up enough words and phrases in the moment to communicate simple and directly with that creature. So with insult to injury, well, wait. How would I do this, Steven? How would I use both of these at the same time in one thing?
You could flick it off.
Okay, that's probably what Nim will do. Okay, so Nim is just going to take a step forward, closer to the hole, not getting anywhere close to going in there.
Mm-hmm.
Is going to just take out 2 middle fingers and then tell the creature that nobody likes it and it should just go home already.
All right, so that's your charisma modifier, right?
Yes.
So plus 3 more damage. And what
That's
else
all I
are
got,
you
team.
doing? Are you gonna throw that javelin?
I don't want to hit Anu with it.
You can safely throw the javelin in the tunnel without hitting Anu. Anu's off to the side.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Nim accidentally throws it behind her again.
Oh my!
By rolling an 8. So
Okay, so
Nim is not
just
good with the javelin.
never let Nim enter a sports competition. That's what we've
No.
learned today.
Track and field is not her thing.
So
She likes bass fishing.
guess whose turn it is? It is, in fact, the worm's turn. So
I
So
walk
this is how
without
the
rhythm.
worm turns.
it's going for Tempest this time
Like with its tail?
with its gullet, and it has advantage to attack you because you can't see it,
How can I not
which
see
it
it?
needs. It's underground,
Okay.
and so it's going to erupt from underground. That is a 16 plus 14, 30, dirty 30.
Dirty 30. Oh,
Dirty
that's
30.
dirty. That's dirty, all right. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you beat my 19.
All right. So it's 13 plus 9. So you take 33 points of damage as this creature erupts underneath you. And these petals with their spikes rake across you, trying to drag you into the gullet. You need to make a dexterity saving throw. Since you're in the air, you've got disadvantage.
Advantage on a dexterity saving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 5 plus 8. It's 13.
Nope.
Okay.
So you are restrained and blinded as the creature drags you in. You take another 5 damage as it rakes you down this gullet.
Okay.
And Tempest has disappeared. It is Tempest's turn, though. So what do you do? Oh, wait. Do you have that thing where your spirits attack it when it touches you?
No. They attack when I attack.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, spirit shroud attacks when I attack. It sounds like a shroud. It sounds like it should be something every time they attack. But that's not how it works. Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bonus action And I'm going to abjure enemy.
Okay.
As an action, one creature within 60 feet that I can see must make a wisdom save. If failed, it is frightened. Its speed is 0 despite bonuses. If successful, it's half. Undead and fiends have disadvantage.
So, technically you're blinded, but I'm gonna say that it just makes sense. You know where it is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And is it?
Wait,
It has to
but
see you?
why am I blinded? Because it's dark?
Yeah, that's part of its thing. It says a creature that's swallowed is blinded and restrained.
Okay.
But
all right.
that being said, I feel like it just makes sense, and because it is undead, it has disadvantage.
Okay.
So, what DC am I going for, and what stat am I rolling?
It's a wisdom save, and my difficulty is 18.
Got a 3 minus 1. So that's a 2.
It is panicking that it has swallowed me.
So, yeah, you guys see this worm starts writhing around like it's just flailing at this point. Something is terribly wrong.
And I'm gonna cast a spell that does not require let's see. If I attack, I'll be at disadvantage because I'll be blinded. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you're inside the thing. It's touching you.
Oh, wait a minute.
I was gonna say, how can you miss?
How can I miss? Well, yeah. But the thing is, I already have advantage on it, so the advantage and disadvantage cancels out, and it's just a regular roll. So I will do the same thing before. I will use my first attack to do booming blade. And stab down with my that's a 19 plus that's a 29.
29
to hit.
Oh my gosh, that absolutely hits.
And now it's going to do 2d. I did the math. It's 2d6 plus 8d6 plus 6.
Okay.
So I'll just do this real quick. That's 7 plus 6, and then oh, that's not a good roll. Oh, 3d8. Let's see, it's 4, 5, 6. It's another 6. And last one, come on. 11. Okay.
So altogether?
So that's 12 plus 11 plus 7. That's 23. 99.
23
Stop
plus
that.
7. 30.
Yeah, 30. That's 30 for my first attack. And then for my second attack, I'll do Booming Blade again, because you told me I could.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, that's a terrible roll. Yeah, not my fault.
And it's moving, so just go ahead and roll your damage with it too.
Okay.
Because this thing is not.
Oh, wait a minute.
Still.
But its movement is set to 0, so it is staying still.
Oh.
It can't move now. That's one of the reasons I did this. It can't move. We're not doing any more of this jumping up and getting underneath other people thing. So that means I only get 2d 2d8 extra damage and not 68 extra damage, 48 extra. Okay, so there's. Hold on, I'll just roll this one. Oh, I rolled so many ones. Okay, that's another 10 damage.
Another 10 damage.
That's it. That one only did 10. I rolled so terrible.
That's okay, because that ruined my strategy for burrowing and getting another person. So, good job. You ruined it.
Yes. Is there any way that any of these cuts, like how far did I get? Like, is there any way for me to cut a hole to see the outside world?
So there is not, because it's so thick, but also I forgot you're supposed to take acid damage at the start of your turn. So let me get that going real quick too, because it's leaking acid in there. That's, wow, I rolled really well. So that's 2 5s plus 2 6s. That's 10 plus 12 plus 4. So that's 26 plus 3, 29 acid damage.
29. Okay.
And the creature's still
wait,
trying
wait,
to digest you.
I don't get to save. I just take damage.
Oh, you're right. You're supposed to save. I'm sorry. Save.
Okay.
Roll a DC 19 con save.
Con save.
Yep.
And 19 plus 8. Yeah, that works. I save. So take half that?
Yep, half that.
Okay. So 15. All right.
And then we are at SENITA.
SENITA rolled 2 nat 1s in a row.
How do we treat this?
Absolutely feel free to blast her for that if you want to. It's a 1 in 400 chance that happens.
So, in fact, as the worm is writhing, it knocks over an entire wall of a building. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid being squished.
Okay. I almost wish I weren't doing this on a rogue. 25.
So 25, you roll out of the way and do not take 8d6 damage from the wall.
I think I could have survived that. But yeah, alright. Appreciated.
And now it's Wisp's turn then.
Okay, so what's the current status of the Horde?
The Horde seems to be coming from the outer parts of the city toward the inner parts here. It's like the worm has called them. They've risen. The ones that are in the immediate area have all been set afire with green flames.
Okay, when you say all the ones in the immediate area, like, are there any, like, that are coming in that aren't on fire yet? Or is, like, everything that isn't on fire is, like, another round away or something?
So they're like another round away still.
Okay. Can I see any of them? Like, do I have a clear shot down a street or anything?
Yes.
Okay. Do there appear to be civilians down that street?
Roll a d20.
Say again?
Roll a d20.
11.
Yep.
Is that the only street I have a clear shot down?
No, but all of them have civilians.
Shit. I had a couple of ideas, and one of them won't work yet, and one of them now won't work at all. Crap.
I love my skull beverage.
I hate you so much tonight. All right. So, jeez, I really... Well, for one thing, as a bonus action, I am going to healing word myself at second level.
Okay.
For,
Can easily do that.
For 10 healing.
Okay.
Thank goodness. So there's that. And other than that, all right. Is there any... Oh, shit. No, I don't want to do that. God damn it. See, you ruined my strategy, you bugger.
I mean, it's okay. I'm just trying to make it to the third round because then I get to do nasty stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's hurting.
Yeah, well, so am I. So...
So, like, I don't know if you've ever played Octopath Traveler, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is where the boss has taken a turn to charge up, and there's, like, purple swirling around it, and you gotta break it before the thing happens.
Steven, I appreciate that telegraph very much.
You're welcome.
Is its head currently above ground, or is it entirely underground?
It is above ground.
It's above ground.
Cannot go underground because somebody made it speed 0.
Okay.
Yes.
How,
Please hit it while it can't move.
How far away is it?
It is, we'll say, 20 feet away from you.
Okay. So, can I control a fireball well enough to hit it and not do splash damage to anyone else that might be around it?
Just me. I'm hanging.
So here's the thing. It has Tempest currently.
Oh, that's right.
On the inside.
On the inside.
Fireballs don't tend to exist on the inside of monsters.
You can get it, but if it rolls low enough on its DC, on its save, we'll say 5 or less, then it is going to force Tempest to also make a saving throw. And it does have a -2 to its dex, so that's a modded 5 or less.
Just do it.
Okay, we're gonna do it.
All right.
And I'm gonna cast this at 5th level.
Does Tempest shout, "Just do it," from inside the worm?
So, yeah, I need a dex save from this thing.
All right. We'll see. This is the moment of truth.
If this thing clears it, I swear.
It got a 9 -2 for 7.
Okay. Awesome. So that will be 10d6 of fire damage.
Okay.
Which I'm just going to roll that here. And that's 34 fire damage on this sucker.
So, you describe what happens with this fire spell.
All right. You know, do you remember how when we were taking on the Horde, I was like finger guns setting these things off? Okay. It's that, but I'm double barreling it.
Okay.
And so at what I would consider to be the epicenter of its head, the fire, it's like it starts like at the very front of its mouth and explodes outward. I would love this thing's petal mouth to be completely broken and cannot be closed anymore from the impact of this, to be frank.
Okay. So, Tempest, as this fireball blasts the worm, you hear it roaring in pain, and you see as the fire is tunneling towards you, scarcely stopping just before it gets where you're restrained by these tendrils, and the heat wave blasts your face hard and hot, and all of a sudden you see that the worm starts flopping from these petals that have kind of dismembered a little bit. And you feel the tendrils loosen around you as the creature falls. You got exactly what you needed to kill it.
Exactly. Does this mean, can I see out the outside world? Like, can I see light out there from this mouth that's broken?
You can.
Can I Misty Step outside the head before it lands?
Sure.
Woohoo! All right. I'll land by myself. I don't want the top of that thing landing on me.
Okay. You Misty Step. And as you walk onto the stone pavement, you realize there's ash fluttering on the air around you. Everything is gray. And you turn. Where's Wisp? Where's Anu? Where's Nim? Scent is gone. And so is Masquerade. Hello, dear.
Oh my god, is it Baba?
It's not Baba, but it is a familiar voice.
Stupid bird queen.
How are you doing?
How does it look like I'm doing?
Well, I'd say you're doing very well for yourself, all things considered. After all, you have helped me.
It wouldn't be the first time, would it?
Oh, no. No. Please do send my regards to your companions, the Motley Few, the ones I assembled to do exactly what you've just done here.
Certainly.
I mean,
Anything else? Would you like tea with that?
if you're having a spot already, I suppose.
We know what you want to do. You know that, right? We know that you want this world, and we're going to stop you.
And yet you did this. What did you think would happen when you killed this guardian of the first lock? What did you think those black stones were for? They stop magic, dear. What am I?
A giant pain in my ass. You here to gloat? Have your fun.
Oh, I am. It doesn't even matter if you got the others now at this point. If you converted one that I'd thought would be on my side. It's alright. Because at this point...
The simple reason, simply that I'm here, means I've beaten you once, and I will beat you again.
And again, and again, and again in a cycle, right? See, you're never going to beat that. You can't. The only escape for this world from cycles is me.
Are you saying if I die here, I get to come back and bother you again? That's a bonus! So, before, I was just going to die once. Now I can die over and over again and challenge you over and over and over again. So in many ways, I'm going to be just as annoying as you. Remember that. Just as annoying as you.
Perhaps. But here's the thing. As long as the cycles continue, I can't directly touch this world, right? But that means I can't directly touch you, and you can't do the same for me. If you help...
Let's test that. Sword goes through her.
Okay, make an attack roll.
I'm sorry, I don't believe the bad guy when they say you can't hurt me. I gotta try. 12 plus 10, 22.
22. Is it with your packed weapon?
It is, in fact, with a packed weapon, of course. What other weapon does she have?
Okay. So...
Interrupting the monologue, that's my move.
You stab into her.
Mm-hmm.
And the blade sinks into her gut. And she keeps eye contact with you. You really thought you could kill death?
You just look so good with a sword through you, I had to try.
Now it's my turn. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is a 19.
19. So...
Is that sufficient?
It's not.
Because I have is it mathematically possible for me to get this?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
It is.
Because I'd be happy to spend an inspiration.
Okay. You need
All
one
right.
more.
I would need one more. Okay. All right. One more. 12 plus what was that? 12 plus 8. That's 20.
That's exactly what you needed. She touches your forehead, and you feel the magic starts to take hold, and it just can't. Like I said, we can't touch each other.
Too bad.
It's all right.
I guess it's time to let me go.
Oh, I will. But I just want you to know something. Either you help this world escape from its cycles and remain chained to yours, or you're stuck in this world forever. Cycles and all. So go ahead. Help the eldritch horror that's destroying the people, terrorizing them, turning them into those monsters you just fought. Those were civilians once. This town is dead. Go ahead. See what happens. And you bamf, and you are now in the middle of the town square, where you intended to be.
Tempest throws a fit. She stamps her foot. I fucking hate her!
Nim
In a
shouts,
very...
I hate centipedes too.
Tempest wipes some of the acid from her, throws it on the ground, and it hisses. And she says, "That's an experience I never want to have again."
Seconded.
I'll third that. Mask just like kind of standing back a little bit, arms folded, observing this scene.
Tempest puts her, the sword poofs away, and Tempest leans over and puts her hands on her thighs, trying to catch her breath. What was that? And was it supposed to be here?
So
Steven, did the horde just drop when this thing died?
Yeah.
Did I miss that? Okay, cool. Awesome.
Senta's burning them, by the way, just so you know why she's not in this scene. But Mask is like, all right, I can tell you what happened, but we're probably going to want to sit down for this. It was a lot.
Can I ask for a bullet point?
Right, so bullet point. We found the piece of Ebon Shade, and I deactivated it, and then this thing started eating townspeople.
I need to ask you something, and this is really important.
Okay.
Were you going to do what Angelique asked you to do?
Find it, yes. Give it to her, no.
Good. Good.
So
And by
time place
the
to sit.
way, I have a message for you.
Uh-huh.
Giselle said to tell you that she makes great cookies.
Does she?
No.
Oh,
At that point,
child.
Nim reaches in her apron and she has one cookie and she breaks it in half. It's still very well preserved because of the sheer amount of salt in it. It's basically pickled at this point.
Yeah,
Hands half
Mask
of
is
it to
gonna
Mask.
take that, and we'll eat that entire half of the cookie. Are you eating the other half?
She's gonna give it to Ben.
Oh. Oh, my heart.
Make a constitution save.
Okay. Well, I got a 19 on the die. Is that gonna be enough?
Oh, yeah. You can stomach this thing and swallow it if you want. Ben rolled a nat 1 and immediately just...
Yeah, Masquerade is laughing, like, just chuckling at, like, this cookie, and, like, smiles at Nim, and is like, oh, Oh, I can see how she could definitely use some practice, but I think that might have been the best cookie I've ever had.
It's full of heart for sure.
Tempest walks over and then places a hand on her forehead, and a surge of healing energy goes through her as she lays hands upon herself for 30 hit points.
Yeah, that's smart. Oh, how are you guys, by the way?
Sticky.
I'm
Right.
hungry.
Anybody hurt bad, though? I can do hands of healing, but it would involve me making an attack roll on you.
Nah, I'll walk it off.
All right, I'm gonna go find us a place to sit down and talk this out, and possibly get a bite.
Okay. Well, oh, you go ahead.
Tempest still doesn't look amazing. She doesn't look perfect, but she's not on death's door.
Okay. Masquerade. The building that the wall fell down, nearly crushing SENITA, happens to be an inn and tavern. And
awesome.
There aren't people there, but there is food and there is beverage and there is a hearth that could be lit in theory.
Cool. So I'm gonna step over where the wall fell down. I'm gonna grab a couple bottles off the shelf behind the bar and set them on a table. Make sure the chairs are in the upward position. And then I am going to proceed to go into the kitchen and start cooking.
Okay. Go ahead, and are you proficient with cook's tools?
No.
Make
No,
a
I'm
survival roll with disadvantage.
Ooh.
With disadvantage, that's going to be 10.
10. You can make a serviceable set of omelets and some pancakes.
Cool. I'll get to work on breakfast in that case. Funnily enough, that's all I know how to make in real life, too.
Hey!
And eggs in a basket. Can I make some eggs in a basket?
Sure.
Pretty good at eggs in a basket. All right, let's go.
All right. So, what about the rest of you while Masquerade starts cooking for you?
Nim is going to lead Ben into that tavern and, start cleaning and, making it as homely as possible and cleaning up and, just trying to make the area nice so that they can all have kind of a family dinner together.
Okay. So you're doing that, and Ben just stares at you, mouth agape, and falls to his knees in the middle of the floor.
Ben, sweetie, what's going on? What's wrong?
Is this normal for you?
Oh,
you went against that, and he points to the corpse outside, and lived. And
yeah,
this and that. What?
These are all great questions. To begin, this is not normal, but nothing is normal anymore. So I suppose since it is abnormal, that would make it normal since nothing is normal. That's not a very helpful answer, but this is kind of what I do now. I get very lucky in fights, and I have very good friends who are better at the fighting portion of things. And overall, it seems to work out most of the time, but we do get hurt on occasion.
I see. Right. And he kind of wobbles to his feet, pulling himself up with the table for support. I need a minute.
Oh, absolutely. Would you go ahead, be safe. If you need anything, just call. And I'll come check on you in a little.
All right. And he sort of half stumbles up the stairs that are partway crushed and gets to the upstairs where there are rooms and presumably takes a room somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you go ahead and set to making things up nice and pretty. Go ahead and make a survival check for me. Or performance, your choice. Because manners.
Then dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you set up a really nice spread, actually. You've got the salad fork and, you know, like, you've got everything arranged just so. You've even got glasses for water and booze. Like, you've got this. This looks really nice. You could fool yourself into thinking you were back in a noble's house in Voirie if it weren't for the scenery.
Yeah. The dead corpse outside.
Yep. What about Anu? What's Anu doing?
The first thing I'm going to do is heal myself, just in case, because you never know if we get rest. So I'm going to do my cure wounds. I'm going to do a 2nd level spot since I rarely need to use this anyway. I just love that I have this because it's called the Gift of the Metallic Dragon. So I imagine that, Mirage wings just come out and wrap around me to heal me.
Yep.
Let me find my D8s if I remember what they look like. Because Nope, I found it. Never mind.
So you guys can see these, like, ethereal wings sort of wrapping in comfort around Anu. And you've seen her do this before. Anu, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay. I got a 10. No, I did not. I lied. I got a 6.
6. So you guys will notice that Anu's normally luminous elf eyes. You know, they're pretty standard fare for elves, except now they're not standard fare for elves because they aren't glowing anymore. They are still enveloped with color, but now there are these 2 slitted pupils.
Like one in each, or is in double pupils in each eye? Because that's important.
Like 1 in each.
Okay.
And Anu, you don't notice anything particularly different about the way you see. Just everyone else can see this happens to you.
Wait, sorry, I was doing math. What happened?
So Anu,
Something about the eyes?
Anu used a feature. And normally elves in this world have glowing eyes. Think like elves from World of Warcraft, right? Anu's eyes changed so that now they resemble reptilian dragon eyes instead.
All right, cool.
And are not glowing anymore. So, yeah, you can heal yourself. Are you doing anything else Anu?
Nope, just gonna get ready for foods.
Okay. What does that entail? Just waiting around, washing up, doing anything?
Yes, you always wash your hand before eating, especially after dealing with the undead.
Okay. Make a charisma saving throw.
I guess I'll put that. Nat 20.
Nat 20. So you just kind of go, huh, that's new. As you recognize that what you think at first is a rash on the outside of your palms, it's a little itchy, is actually these silver scales and just patches.
What are you doing to me?
Valid question.
I second this question. I've never seen this before.
Is there like?
Steven, your mic's in the upward position. We can't hear you.
Oh,
Oh no, I guess we can hear
no,
you. I thought
my
you were...
mic is over here.
My bad.
No. I
Am
mean, I was
rolling?
talking softly because you do also hear just in the back of your voice, or the back of your head, this voice, and you can't understand what it's saying, but it's whispering in a language you don't know, and it sounds soothing, maybe comforting, you're not really sure.
No, go back.
I mean, you can't go back. You've got scales on your hands now.
Oh no, I accidentally hit one of my bookmarks instead of my D&D one. Can I roll an insight check?
Sure.
Or yeah. $25.
25. Is this insight for you to try to look within yourself in trance?
Yeah.
Okay. So you take a little trance before dinner. And you feel this, your awareness shifts, right? And you start flying through your awareness. And when you open your eyes, you find yourself in the middle of what looks like a battle. And there is another one of these worms, and it is thrashing from in the ground. You are above it. You're flying, soaring. You're riding on top of a dragon. You realize that your pink skin at the moment is covered in these scales that are of a purple nature that almost go along your bare arms like tattoos. Your purple hair and beard whip around your face. And you unleash a battle cry as you dive directly toward the gullet of this creature. And you are back again in the room where you tranced. And Nim is calling for supper. But before we get to the supper, Wisp, what are you doing? You're muted.
There we go. I want to go talk to Mask is what I want to do.
Okay.
Oh, please. Like, all right, so Mask is in the kitchen just working on breakfast foods and could use some help, honestly.
Okay. Wisp will come in and I'll do what I can to help, but the first thing I'm going to do is, like, if I talk to you, is that going to result in burnt food for everybody?
No, I'm about as focused as I'm going to be on this, I think. I hope.
Okay. So, I'm going to skip over how much crap you gave me for taking off and not telling the group what was going on.
I know
I'll
how
skip
much
that.
crap I gave you. I absolutely deserve this. I will consider it said.
Okay. I am going against my own gut instincts and asking you this question.
Okay.
Because I'm very afraid of what your answer is going to be.
Sure.
Or that you might not have one.
Right.
What were you planning to do about Angelique?
Oh, that's a very good question, and I'm going to ask you to give me a moment to articulate myself before you expect me to properly answer. So, look. I owe her father a lot. I mean, I owe her father a lot. I was found when I was a child. People knew what I was. He pulled me out of a mob and brought me into his house, and the only thing he ever asked of me was to look out for his daughter.
You realize what she was trying to accomplish and what she was asking you to do, right?
No, I understand that. I guess I was just thinking I could talk her down and get her to stop wanting that. She knows me better than she does the queen. She'll listen if I have enough time to work on her, but for
Mask.
the time being...
She cannot stay in power. Anyone who would make the decision that she made and who wants the things that she wants right now cannot stay in power. It is not safe.
Okay. I don't care if she's in power or not. I care if she's still breathing. You
That's
understand
fine.
this?
I can work with that, but I need to know that you are not going to side with her to try and keep her in that position given what she has just done. I'm not suggesting an assassination. I'm not asking you to do that. I am asking you to help me get her off the throne.
She's not on the throne. The queen is still here.
She's calling shots, Mask. She needs to be away from power. She cannot be trusted with it. Not after the decision that she made.
The deal we're making here is that if she stops, I don't have to. If she goes back on it, if she decides she's not going to do this, I don't have to do what you're asking me to do right now.
If she goes back...
If she doesn't, then I'll stop her.
If she goes back, I will not expect anything of you.
But you'll still try anyway.
Yes. Yes, I will. Because I'll be very frank with you, Mask, and this is why I was scared to even talk to you about this at all. But I will be honest with you. I will never trust her. She made the decision to end everyone's story without their consent. No one has the right. I will never, ever trust her with power again.
That's fair. But she's the only family I have.
I know that.
I was raised with one purpose.
No one only has one purpose, Mask.
I was given one.
You were given a mission, but that is not all who you are. And that was never supposed to be the only thing that you were meant to be. And if someone told you that that was the only thing you were meant for, then they sold you short.
There's a quiet slamming sound as Masquerade just sets down some kind of cooking utensil on the counter and whirls around to face you. I don't know anything else. And those of you who are still sitting in the dining room can hear that through the wall. And Mask takes a moment, takes a deep breath, forces calm. I don't know how to be anything else, Wisp. I don't know how to do anything else but be a bodyguard for this one person. That is what I have always been.
Mask, how long were you traveling us and not even in her presence?
Probably a little over a year, maybe a year and a half.
You weren't guarding her body. You spent over a year
out here doing her bidding.
Things. She wasn't giving you orders half the time. She matters to you. I get that. I am not trying to strip that away from you, but she is not the only thing in your life, and she never has been. But you're clinging to a life raft as if that's the only thing. There are other things to get on. There are lifeboats. There are ships. This is not the only thing that you can grab hold of. You have seen other things and you're ignoring them. And you're continuing to cling on to this one thing as if it's all there is, and it's not.
For a very long time, she is all there was to me.
I understand that. And
Do you actually understand that? Because right now you're acting like you think it's just an idea that I can turn over like it's nothing. And she's not. She's not.
I know she's not nothing. Mask. The fact that I'm even in this room, the fact that I'm still with any of you, makes no sense to me. This is not who I thought I was. I don't stay. I don't. That's not what I do. That's never what I've done. But I'm still here, and I don't want to go. You're right. I don't understand. I don't understand what it's like to have one person be that central in your life and to cling on to them and to have them mean that much. You're right. I don't know, because I've never had anybody for that long.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I left you. I'm sorry that I didn't leave a note. I'm sorry that I didn't talk to anybody before I did it. I didn't...
Mask, you don't have to apologize. I'm not worried about what you did. I'm worried about what you are going to do.
Hold on a second. I am not apologizing because I think I have to. If I thought you were the kind of person that needed me to apologize to move forward with anything, I wouldn't be doing it. I'm sorry because I am genuinely sorry for leaving you all high and dry like that. I don't intend to do that again. And I'm not going to let her in the world. I knew that was what it was with the second that she started telling me about it. I just need her to see that too. I thought if we came and found it, it would be better than someone else doing the same thing because it's here, whether I'm the one taking it or not.
If there is anything I can do that you think will help you try and convince her to step down from this, I will help you do it. I don't trust her, but I'm here for you.
She wants the baker boy anyway, it's fine.
She wants what?
The last time she and I really sat down to talk, she'd fallen in love with this boy in the kitchens and they weren't... This isn't really mine to talk about. I think she'd be okay with it, ultimately. I don't think she'd be okay with it immediately, but I think after given some time, this isn't really what she wants. Not really.
Okay.
She just doesn't know that yet.
Okay.
So, just let her go off and be in love with that stupid kitchen boy.
I'll help you do that. I'll help you make that her future instead of the path that she's on.
Okay. Well, shit. Alright, that's it then. I guess we're on the same page.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to... I don't get worked up like this over things. I have a couple of things that I care about. And yeah, Angelique is one of them. She's my entire life been the absolute most important thing that I've cared about, but being away from all of you, that's not true anymore, and I don't know how to deal with that.
See, that I get. Mask? May I have your permission to hug you?
Mask will then just step forward and like fold Wisp in a hug, being like much taller than Wisp is to begin with. Like just folds around her. Like, okay, I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I'm sorry that I left all of you. I know what that feels like. I do, because you did it too, and I remember being completely distraught by the idea. I just... Okay.
As she's talking, Wisp is rubbing her back, her lower back, because it's what I can reach. And just going, I forgive you.
Okay. And he'll step back and just give a nod.
Nim peeks her head into the kitchen. Are we doing hugs?
Come here.
And
And
then Nim
like they'll
group
just motion her in. Hey, is anybody else out there that wants a hug right now?
Tempest waddles back and forth on her feet and doesn't move.
Oh, come on, Anu.
Okay.
will bring the hug to Tempest. It's fine.
I will, from here, I suppose, help plate the food.
That is very much appreciated.
Nim is going to run upstairs and check on Ben.
Okay. So, Wisp, go ahead and make a performance check to see how well you plate this food.
Okay.
See how appetizing you make this mediocre food look. You know, you eat with your eyes first.
That ends up being a 19.
19. Okay. This food.
Like, you realize I have a plus 11 in performance, right?
You find some green onion just off to the side, and some parsley, and some raw vegetables, and like, give a quick chop. You sprinkle them around. You make it look great. Nim, you go upstairs, and you find Ben snoring on one of the beds, just conked out cold.
Nim goes, make sure he's covered up nice and warm, closes the door but leaves it open just a crack, and then goes downstairs and is going to make sure that there's a plate saved for him in the kitchen.
Okay. There's a very nice looking plate saved for him in the kitchen because Whiff's made this food look great. So between the amazing presentation and the way that Nim set the table, you guys feel like you're almost back in the palace again, if only briefly. And you guys have a nice meal. Does anyone want to say or do anything before you take your long rest? Because I presume you're sleeping here.
I do just want to point out that SENITA will be staying here in this town to help the people pick up the pieces and make sure all the corpses are burned after we go. So,
okay.
Other than that, I mean, not unless Nim is gonna have a moment, because I realize that Ben is sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So I might catch you at some point in the middle of the night, but other than that, I'm good for morning.
All right. Does SENITA want to say goodbye to everybody, or?
You know, SENITA's kind of the sort of person that would just leave a note, like.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, I will write the note, but I'm not going to write it, like, right now. I'm not going to tell you guys what it said. I'll send it to you on the Discord, and you guys can read it, and then you'll know for next time.
Okay. Would it be okay if we read it on stream at the start?
Yes, I will absolutely read it on stream.
Awesome. Awesome. Love it.
So it's sometime...
Go ahead.
I was going to say it's sometime during the meal, Tempest will, out of nowhere, say, so how do we get rid of the 80-foot... wait a minute, how big is it? 100-foot snake?
It is...
I mean, a worm?
100-ish feet that was above ground. It's more underground.
You want my honest 2 cents?
If your answer is fork and knife, just leave it.
Well, yes and no.
Oh, I didn't want to hear. I didn't want to hear that one.
It's a lot of meat. It's a lot of meat. We could send it on several boats in several directions and keep many poor villages fed for a week.
Wait, it's undead.
Speaking of someone who got an inside look at that thing.
Okay, if it's undead, I guess it's probably not good eating. Then we cremate it.
Okay. I was just wondering because it's very large and it's
maybe somewhere
especially on
off
the inside.
In the mountains. Oh. Awful. Cursed. Thank you, Tempest.
Yeah. Well, I asked because...
No, go on. Sorry.
Because it's really big. How do we get rid of it? And it must have lived somewhere. Right?
I have an idea. It's not our problem. the village do it. Let the village deal with it. We
I
killed it.
love
We
that
already
idea.
did our part.
I love that idea.
Okay, well then, something that maybe is our problem.
Yes.
I need someone who has a lot of knowledge about how this world works. Like, the real knowledge, not what everyone's been told. Because was killing this thing good or not? I mean, it was attacking people, yes, but it's a guardian of something?
Okay, I never got the chance to sit down and tell you guys about this, but when I have the power to destroy the Ebon Shade. It stops working if I use it. I don't know how to really explain that. It shouldn't. It's sort of breaking the laws of reality, but I kind of devoured the effect that it was having when we found it, and that's what caused the worm to appear. I sort of wondered at the time when it started, maybe some of this stuff is there for a reason, and it's in the places that it's in to maybe stop things from doing what this thing did just now. I don't know that the worm... We wouldn't have had to kill it if I hadn't killed the Ebon Shade.
Okay, so is Ebon Shade those rock things?
Yes.
Ah, yes, so fun fact, and actually it can't possibly be a fact, well, probably not. If you believe the Raven Queen herself, and I am not a reliable source of truth, she says every time you do that, she comes closer and closer to taking this world. Now,
Every time I eat the Ebon Shade.
yes, because something about, and I think we need verification on this, every time you destroy the source of power for the beings that hold this planet, you open it up to the rules of everyone else. And of course, the Raven Queen loves those rules.
Is that why she wanted us to take it in the first place?
I think so.
So destroying it does the same damn thing.
It
Okay.
may... No, don't. She may not be right. She may not be right. Or
She
there
could
may
have
be
been
something
lying.
else.
Right.
If it opens this up to the terrible beings from beyond this plane of reality, then there must be good entities who would defend us. But we don't have them.
I mean,
I know someone that we could ask, but I'm not entirely sure it would turn out well if we did.
well, let's also keep in mind, Maz, like, yes, if accurate, that's not great, but it is not the same problem you were preventing. So no, it's not the same thing.
I don't necessarily know that that's true, though, because we don't know how things work. We know how people have said that they work. I mean, Tempest is entirely right. We need to find out more. We need more information.
Someone must know. And there has to be more options than just the existing evil or the evil that I know.
I wouldn't trust the Scriptoriad as far as I could throw them, but they do know things.
See, this really sounds like a tomorrow problem.
Yes. Okay, then let's have this problem tomorrow. We can talk about it then, after all of us have had the night to sleep on it and think it over.
I like that.
As someone who's never slept, I can't say I know.
You should give it a try. It's quite lovely.
So,
I have a question.
yes, Anu.
Do I look different to anyone?
Yeah, your eyes are not the same as they were.
Wait, is that new?
Anu.
No, thank you. Yes, of course, anew. So everything's anew.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I wasn't aware you hadn't ever done that before.
I don't. Yep, I'm just gonna. Okay, good to know. I'm gonna find a corner to go sulk in.
All right.
I have a quick...
Steven, did our Islari friend ever turn up?
She did.
Okay.
She did. She turned up and surveyed the battle scene, and after a minute, she realized you guys needed a minute because of the tensions with Mask. So she actually went to go help with the cleanup a little bit, right? She wasn't here for the fight, so she's helping with the cleanup. Her and the rest of the crew that were on their way.
That's fair, but if we're hitting the tail end of the session and we're figuring out our evening's accommodations, I'm just curious as to where she's going to be.
Okay. She will be joining you shortly.
You or you?
Yes. Nim, you had a question?
Yes. So just like about the game in general, like we had a boat full of convicts that arrived to this location with us. Do we need to be worried about these individuals currently? Are they in our debt, or are they ready to, go back to their, bad guy sort of ways? If they are bad guys in actuality.
Well, you definitely get the sense that they have ulterior motives to helping clean up the town right now. Because there is a town with lots of stuff. Yes.
I can solve this very easily if you'll let me.
All right, bet.
SENITA has right of conscription.
Yes, she does.
Perfect.
So are you conscripting everyone?
Yeah, I'm conscripting the prisoners.
Okay. That
Fantastic.
is totally doable. And Anu, did you have another question? I feel like you had another question.
Huh? No.
Okay. So, Wisp, right about as the noonday arrives, Asana comes by. You know, she's been working in the sun trying to help with moving people and whatnot. And she just walks through where the wall is because there's no wall here. And she approaches you. Did you work everything out with your friend?
I think so. As well as it can be for now, at any rate.
Good. You seem to like this group very much.
I do.
You have been through a lot with them?
We have been through quite a bit. Yes.
And you will continue to go through things with them?
Yes. In the morning.
She sort of, you hear this almost like rumbling. It's not a purr. It's more like a frustrated growl forming a little bit. And she stretches her neck and says, listen, the short one, the one that hears people's thoughts and is very scary, conscripted most and offered it to me. And I understand there is a lot that needs to be done, but also I am Islari. What do you know of my people?
Probably not as much as I should.
All of us have our roles, our assignments. What you are born to do is what you die doing. There is not a lot of room for change. You are always told what to do, where to do it, with whom to do it, and I left because I am tired of being told what to do. I don't want to join an army I can wield a sword, but that's because that is all I've ever known. I would like to know something else. Maybe baking bread or cutting meat. Something with cooking. It fascinates me. It excites me. It's like art for the senses. And I can't follow you on this life you want to live. But if you're interested, I imagine it will take time to find what I do want, and I would be willing to wait and see. And she takes a step closer if you'll let her.
I will.
And she just sort of looks to, like, you, sort of like almost like asking permission non-verbally.
Mm-hmm.
She wraps her hands around your waist. I would like to explore if this is one of the things I want when we are finished with our respective explorations.
It's finished.
I would like that too. And I don't know how much you know of my people. We are given almost no guidance. We are expected to find our ways and our joys and to make an incalculable number of mistakes along the way. And that's not folly, that's expected. And I've made a lot of mistakes. But I've been making them less frequently. And I start to think that maybe I am finding, or I'm meant to be, and I would be honored to be in your presence as you try and find where you can be and want to be.
You know, if you are interested, we do have tonight.
Yes, we do.
For exploration.
And yes, I am. Yes.
And she will sort of pull you just a little closer. May I kiss you?
Please do.
And she does. And when she leans out, she takes a necklace with an emblem of what looks like a claw with sun rays around it. This is an emblem of one of our gods, one of the pride. There is a ritual among my people that we are each given a blessing, an object made by our gifted enchanters that represents us. And when we make a very solemn promise, we exchange them, as we exchange a piece of ourselves. I would like you to consider this a promise to wait for your return, if you'll have it.
I will take it in two hands very carefully and delicately. I will. And if you'll wait a moment, and I will reach into my pack, and I will pull out a lock of hair, and I will say, I'm not ready to tell the story of why I have this and where this came from. But if this is meant to be an exchange, then I would like you to have this for as long as I have this. And I will offer that to her.
And she will take it. And you have a pendant of Corinne, which is a magic item. It does require attunement. And as long as you are attuned to this item, you recover the maximum number of hit points whenever you would recover hit points.
Ooh, nice.
So if you have to roll for a potion, you just automatically get the max benefit of the potion. If someone rolls a healing spell on you, you just get the max as if they rolled the max.
Okay. Got it.
And then you enjoy your evening with Asana. Everyone else gets their full rest and finds themselves feeling especially invigorated in the morning as everyone levels up.
Yay!
And is everyone willing for 3 more minutes?
I'm
Yes.
okay for 3 minutes, yes.
Okay. So, who currently has the tarot deck?
I thought we
Oh.
all had our own cards.
No, SENITA had it, but I can absolutely go with she passed the cards to the people they belonged to before she left.
Oh, that makes this even more interesting.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
So, as each of you fall into your slumber or trance, one by one, you open your eyes. You are all sitting at a table together. Each other is there. The table is very humble, is probably the nicest word. Rickety is probably more accurate. There are warps, stains. The table itself is unevenly cut. You're surrounded in an aromatic room. It's almost overwhelmingly pungent from the various hanging dried herbs. And you see strange objects, eyeballs, animals in jars as though they're pickling. And sitting at the head of the table is an old woman, a hag, her enormous form hunched to only about 6 feet tall as she sits in this tiny stool. Her lengthy, spindly arms with long fingers crossed as she rests on the table. And those of you who remember Baba would recognize her yet again. And she gestures to the table with this long, spindly finger, and your individual cards that you possess materialize in front of you in a wisp of smoke. She smiles, her gnarled, toothy grin with these yellow, jagged teeth. Welcome. Let's have a talk. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Oh, Stephen, that was so good. Okay. All right.
So, yeah, thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everyone for watching. Tune in 2 weeks from tonight. Same bet time, same bet channel. And we were going to have a conversation with the eldritch evil known as Baba. So, until next time, everybody, Have a wonderful evening, and whether it's on the page or at the table, tell your story your way. Bye.